I'm not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading is for those of you that resonate with being a light worker that has manifested an incarnation here on planet Earth. So the general idea behind a light worker and what it is this is kind of like a earth angel or a soul that is manifested here on planet Earth to help anchor light codes from the higher realms into the 3D to help planet Earth and its inhabitants expand their consciousness to a higher, more advanced degree. So that's the general idea behind a light worker. But I honestly believe that a light worker is kind of just whatever resonates with your soul. So if you just feel like somebody that is here doing work for the light, doing work for consciousness and the expansion of it, then you yourself, in my opinion, would be considered a light worker. So today's reading will be looking into some of your specific abilities as a light worker that you may or may not know you possess, and then we'll also be pulling some messages from the higher realms concerning your path here as a light worker, anything that the higher realms really wants you to know right now. Also some messages from your chakras that may be imbalanced or need a little bit more work or attention right now. So we're just going to be channeling messages surrounding your path here as a light worker. So if this interests you, then this reading is for you. We only have 3 piles here because 3 piles just felt appropriate, just felt like that was all that was needed today. Normally I do a little bit more, but yeah, we have 3 piles. So let's just jump straight into the disclaimers and the meditation. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you are fixed to that reality, then you're not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation and not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, again, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you on a personal level, you have to be personally synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I'm going to be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, universe, or all of them to help connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages about your journey here as a light worker. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. On pile 1 is clear quartz. On pile 2 is apophyllite. On pile 3 is celestite. All right, pile one, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards here to check out your journey as a light worker. So we're going to be looking into some of your specific abilities as a light worker and pulling some messages about your specific path. And then I'll pull some additional oracle cards later on after we check out your tarot reading. So the very first tarot card that we have for you is Death. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Pile one, you are going through a deeply spiritual and physical transformation. You could be going through that right now. You could have recently gone through that, or will be in the near future with the Death card here. Death is the card that symbolizes permanent change, because when we lose something or someone to death, they never come back, right? And so esoterically, this is referring to changes happening within you and such a pivotal transformation you are under that your old life, the old you, your old perception is dead. It's gone and it cannot be resuscitated. It'll never come back. So again, it's just all about permanent change. This is enduring, everlasting change all around. So for those of you intuitively drawn to this pile, you may be going through what feels like a dark night of the soul right now, or your transformation may have been initiated by some sort of loss or grief, even pain. And as you can see, there is a king here in this Death card. There's an actual king right here underneath lying underneath the horse that Death is riding on, to say that death neutralizes everything. No one is invincible to it. It comes for all of us, including, men, women, children, the young and the old. And his crown has fallen off as well, as you can kind of see right here. And so this is it's a minor detail with a big message, that the ego has fallen off through this process of death. And so through this process that you have undergone, your ego may have fallen off. So you may feel like you have been humbled by things that are happening right now in your life. You could feel like this process is a humbling process, and especially because of things happening outside of your control. And death is approaching the Pope as well, or the Hierophant figure, and as well as a maiden and a child, as to say that we own nothing. We may think we do, but possession is an illusion, and death reminds us of that. And we don't own time, we don't own life. So if you blame yourself for a recent loss or the pain that you've been going through, there's a very important message here for you about ownership with this King of Pentacles over here, because we have another king showing up in your reading. And so the message is to be very careful about how you grieve and cope, process, and deal. So pile one, you have to be very careful about taking on the responsibility with this King of Pentacles for the things that happen outside of your control. Death card. Death or transformation is sent by another power, which is why death is not even a person. It's a skeleton riding on a horse, because us human beings do not own time or fate. The important message for you is to be very cautious about how you handle the things that happen outside of your control, again, because it blocks your ability to do what you were sent here to do if you resonate with being a light worker, which you probably do if you're on this reading. So this self-blame that you take on, it brings your spirit down, and the Most High is saying something is not your fault. You have every right to be blameless in this. You do not deserve to bear the burden of figuring out why things are happening the way that they are. And your King of Pentacles here, it tells me one of your natural gifts is the gift of life. You are surrounded by life. In other words, you have been awarded the gift to speak life into others, to speak life into their spirits, to connect them right back to source and to themselves. But you cannot do what you are called to do when you take on the responsibility of fate. It's not yours to carry. And I just heard that there is life after death. And I'm not sure if someone in this pile is maybe dealing with the loss of a loved one right now at this moment, but something just said there is life after death. The connection isn't lost. Something isn't gone forever. And as you can see with this King of Pentacles over here as well, he's draped in all these vines and leaves, plants and nature and pinnacles as well. He is abundant, in other words, in material goods as well as even in natural goods. So reconnect back to source if you've been feeling disconnected, and give all of this heaviness here that is present in this death transformation, give all this heaviness right back to the universe. Because with this King of Pentacles, you have a job to do, and you cannot speak life into others when you were swallowed in grief by death or whatever change that you may be going through in your life right now, whatever permanent change or permanent loss you may be trying to cope with right now. And is basically just saying that, especially if you are somebody that is not very good with change, you get very attached to how things are. And so it's just difficult for you to let go. The message coming through for you is that strong attachment, it can sometimes get in the way of you guys like doing your mission here on earth as a light worker. And again, like I said, you guys have the gift of life. In other words, you guys have the ability to speak life into other souls, to give them that electric charge, to inspire other people, to keep people going. So people may just sort of see you as like this rock to kind of lean on, or that's how your spirit comes through to other people. And so this is why the important message here is that you have to keep yourself from being swallowed by any sort of grief that death may be causing, or some sort of change may be causing in your life right now. Because one of your missions is to almost be a pillar for other souls here. And that may feel like a really big burden, especially when you're going through your own changes and you're human. You are allowed to take that time to go through your own changes and to go through your own transitions in life. But again, the message here is that find a way to accept change so it's not getting in the way of your abilities. All right, so let's start grabbing some additional oracle messages for you. What do I want to grab? All right, so let's start grabbing some oracle messages. I want to see what your angels would like to say to you right now. This is a chunk of cards. We have Dance with Fire, Angels of Dreams, Conflicting Desires, Building Dreams. So I'm going to keep shuffling because it was a lot of cards. But if one of them wanted to come be seen, it'll come back out again. Oh, wait, hold on. Something just went flying. Okay, so we have here, take a risk, overcome the fear of taking a risk. Underneath the deck is partnership. Overcome the fear of taking a risk and your bravery will be met with a reward. Let your intuition guide the way. So taking a risk is the first message from your angels, and then partnership. Allow supportive partnerships into your life and you will attract mutually loving relationships that will fulfill both of your needs. So definitely your angels here with both of these cards is talking about taking a risk with some sort of partnership, taking a risk with letting people in, taking a risk with connecting to people, connecting to new people, connecting to old relationships, allowing people to come in and be a support system for you. Would take a risk in partnership. So for a lot of you, like I said, a lot of you may be seen as like a pillar of strength to other people. And because I find it interesting that take a risk and both partnership came out. This is, again, it's just talking about partnership feeling like a risk to you in some way. And it could be feeling like a risk because maybe you guys are used to being the strong one. Maybe you are used to being the one that people come to. And so maybe it feels like a reversal in dynamics here where it's like now you need people to lean on. And something about that, it may feel odd. It may feel unfamiliar or like, just brand new territory. But your angels are really stressing you guys taking a risk when it comes to partnership. And what I feel like is, again, this is all about you guys kind of going out of your way, stepping out of your comfort zone to connect with people, to let people maybe know what you're going through, especially if it's a really heavy, difficult time for you with death here. So you guys are not trying to process some sort of really big change or permanent transformation in your life on your own with this King of Pentacles. You guys are meant to lean on other people in your life as well. And so this is your angels also saying there are people around you that will be your King of Pentacles, that will be your pillar of strength for you to help you get through this. And so this is something that your angels really want to stress to you. And they probably want to say this to you as well too, so that it can actually maybe help the process in some way, this death card experience or whatever transformation that you guys may be going through physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Something about you guys leaning on your community, leaning on people in your life that you really trust and know that genuinely love you. Like it says here, allow support supportive partnerships into your life, and you'll attract mutually loving relationships that will fulfill both of your needs. So this is both of you guys' needs being fulfilled. And so that kind of just, again, it kind of tells me that the people in your life that you are connected to or have a close relationship with, they may almost feel like you don't need them from time to time. With it saying, yeah, we'll fulfill both of your needs. The people in your life, they may feel like you don't need them. They may feel like you're so independent, like you're so strong, like you're so resilient, that they almost don't have a place in your life. And so taking a risk with partnership is your angels kind of highlighting for you guys that taking a risk is kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone and saying, actually, I'm not that strong person right now. I kind of need some support here. So I feel as though your angels are stressing that to say that your community or your close connections right now can actually help you in some way get through this death card experience right here, whether it's talking about literal death or metaphorical death in the way of like just permanent change happening in your life. Now let's grab a card from your life purpose to see what some of your specific abilities may be as a light worker. Like I picked up earlier, one of your specific abilities is the ability to inspire others, to give people a reason to keep going, to motivate others. You can speak life into other people. You keep people from giving up. That's a very strong ability of yours. But let's see what other abilities you guys may have. We have here sensitivity. And underneath the deck here, we have justice. So sensitivity says you're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Again, with talking about making changes, and you guys are becoming more sensitive because of this death card transformation right here. There are parts of you and your heart and your soul that are being triggered, might be the wrong word, but it's like there's parts of your heart and your soul that is being touched by this death card experience. And so you guys may feel as though there's like new emotions being unlocked within you that you never really experienced before. And this again may be why your angels are really kind of saying, kind of lean on your community, the people that you actually trust right now to get you through this. If this is like a limited amount of people that you can kind of trust, then this take a risk in partnership. It could even be your angels talking about getting some sort of professional help, actually going to somebody who has the education to help you through some sort of a permanent transformation right now. So yeah, with sensitivity, you guys are a lot more sensitive right now. And this may be why you guys feel as though you're in unfamiliar territory somewhere. And it may even feel, this may be why it feels a little bit like a risk to reach out and ask for help. And then we have justice underneath the deck. Writing is sticking out here as well. So you guys may also be gifted in writing, and writing could be a very therapeutic for you. But justice here says your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. This is that King of Pentacles right here. So you guys are able to, like I said, a lot of you guys are kind of seen as like that pillar of strength. And so like it says here, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So people come to you because they need your help in some way, and you're able to assist them. And so there could be something within your career that is, you guys are almost like justice for other people. So this is another couple more of your abilities as a light worker is sensitivity. You guys are highly sensitive. And then even with justice here, you guys are able to help kind of neutralize or balance the scales in other people's lives, kind of like what death talks about as well. Because like I said, death is a card that represents this neutralizing force, because death comes for everyone, no matter young, old, no matter what reputation you have in the world, no matter how much money you have. All living things will experience death. None of us is invincible to that. So justice here is another concept that talks about balance, harmony, because it's a neutralizing force that says no matter who you are, you will be judged in terms of what you have done. And, that's supposed to be the right concept behind justice. I kind of just want to see if there's any sort of chakras that want your attention right now, specific chakras. So let's see. We have here empath, and I believe this is the sacral chakra. And then underneath the deck, we have mysticism. So I think I'm going to read both of these out of the deck. So one second. An impasse is Reggie Russ. This path is obstructed, reroute. It says Reggie Russ is a guardian angel. One day, two friends, Clem and Craig, are dismayed to discover Reggie blocking their path through the mountains with no way to get around him. Wondering why Reggie wanted to stop them and not daring to try to pass, they take another route. Reggie then moves on, having protected Clem and Craig from a landslide ahead that would have claimed their lives. Some sort of permanent transformation that you guys are going through right now is actually in some way protection for this card to be talking about something being blocked, but being blocked for your own good. The inspiration behind this card says this is a reroute, not an ending. Okay, so this is a transformation, not an ending. So the death card is coming through in your reading as a transformation and not, because the death card can serve as either which way. It can serve as an ending, some sort of a closure, because that's what death literally is. But symbolically or metaphorically, again, it just represents permanent change or transformation. So again, this is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. So get resourceful like your King of Pentacles over here and find another path, pile one. And personal inquiry says, how adaptable am I? This is all about adaptation again, with death being a permanent change. What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Key idea says change of direction, regroup and refocus, protection from harm, guardian angels. Keywords are wisdom, opportunity, and surrender. Meditation says visualize that which you wish to create. See yourself doing the very thing that you feel is currently blocked. Allow yourself to experience the joy this outcome will create for you. When you're ready, open your eyes and write down what you have visualized. Remember that there are many paths to your destination. So there's many paths, and what you guys may be experiencing right now with death card over here is an actual blockage with a particular path that you weren't on, because again, it's trying to reroute you. And mysticism here says a woman named Aubergine, I think, you are not to know. The legend says a woman named Aubergine calls on the telephone to confirm that she will be with us tonight, yet no woman named Aubergine has been invited. Of the four invited, two are wed and two are unknown to each other, a woman and a man. Surely if this mysterious woman were the guest of the man, she would have made it known. A woman approaches the woman named Aubergine, the woman who will be with us tonight. Inspiration says it is wise to be the observer. Do not respond until you are certain. The unknown is not easy, but it is no longer necessary to fear. Yeah, this is like the death card. Kind of like that Bible scripture, even though I walk through the shadow of death, valley of the shadow of death, I won't fear any evil. So yeah, this is about you guys going through something where it's very unknown, because no living being knows what happens after death, right? Besides people that have had like near-death experiences, but nobody ever comes back after being dead for a long time. They're like, oh, this is what goes on over there. So it's probably the most mysterious thing to living beings. And so you guys are going through something that is extremely mysterious. There's not a lot of answers for you right now. So it says here, the unknown is not easy, but it is no longer necessary to fear. So do not fear this death card, this change. Personal inquiry says, am I ignoring my intuition? What I suspect is probably true. I must breathe. Key idea says ignoring signs, unknown motivation, intuitive knowing, fear of the unknown, and journey. Keywords is intuition, courage, and uncharted. Meditation says see yourself in a crystal clear pool. As you wade in the water, a whirlpool swirls towards you and catches you. Aubergine is afraid you would leave if you were not captive. Assure her that you will stay if she sets you free. She doesn't believe you. You have met your own fear. Open your eyes. What is real? What is imagined? What is no longer necessary? And then a final message here about you as a light worker, what you need to know from the Most High. We have remembrance. And then underneath the deck, soul journey. Remembrance kind of sounds a lot like the death card here, because we remember people after they pass, or maybe we remember our old life after some sort of a permanent change comes in and completely transforms our life. So I'm going to read remembrance out of the deck. I might read soul journey too, but we'll see. All right, and remembrance here says, recall your soul truth. You are ready to live your life from the wisdom of your heart. You may have been citing 1111 as a reflection of this. If not, you can expect to be receiving this sign soon. You may see it on a clock, a phone number, a receipt, or in a dream. With this wisdom, fresh and innovative ideas will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life. No one has to change their ways, only you. Live from your heart, be an inspiration, and discover a new world. Some call 1111 an awakening code. You must have awoken on some level to receive it. It is a sign that you are much more than you think you are. 1111 has many different explanations because we are all asking different questions. There is no right or wrong meaning, but at the heart of 1111 is a loving, intelligent energy that will always encourage you towards your soul, where you will remember the truth of you. And so watch out for 1111. I'm also going to read Soul Journey out of the book. And Soul Journey here says, a new chapter is beginning for you right now. Okay, so this is your Death card energy, as well as even your King of Pentacles. It says, this time go easy on yourself. Be the courageous, loving being that you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking that the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. All that matters is what you decide to do from this moment. Your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful to you. You brought yourself to this life and you are responsible for the quality of it. Trying to understand your reason for coming here will just hold you back. Just remember, everything you have done was the best thing to do at that time, or you thought it was. As you move forward, you will understand your motives. Experience allows you to better handle crisis. You are now deliberately creating a new chapter in your life. You are such an amazing pioneer. So you guys are actually carving a new path in your own life right now, pile one. And this is it. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards here to check out your Lightworker journey. So if you resonate with being a Lightworker, then this reading will be looking into some of your specific abilities as a Lightworker, as well as just drawing some messages about your specific path in this incarnation as a Lightworker. So let's get started with your tarot cards here. The very first one that we have is the Lovers. And then the Ace of Wands in reverse. So pile 2, when I was shuffling for your pile, I heard the word karma, and I'm not sure why just yet. Maybe it'll come to me the more I go on with your reading, the more I talk your reading through. We'll see. But you have the Lovers here and the Ace of Wands. So with the Lovers card here, you may resonate with the idea of a twin flame or a soulmate. Either way, pile 2, you are meant to walk this journey or incarnation with really important connections that go deep in your life, because your relationships will be such great teachers to you spiritually in this lifetime. They will offer you a specific type of insight that you might not be able to get from many other places in your life. And that's the case for all of us. Relationships teach all of us. We learn through our surroundings and the people around us, but specifically for you, Lightworkers like you, your journey as a Lightworker was activated through another soul. Whether this is romantic, platonic, family related, this could be a child in your life, even a pet that you feel that you have learned a lot from, because this particular relationship expanded your conscious through your heart chakra or heart space. So you may have noticed after someone coming into your life, like let's say for instance, after you met your life partner or spouse or child or best friend or business partner, that certain gifts on the spiritual side seem to open up for you. And I keep getting it, so I'm going to say it. Only take it if it resonates for you. Do not try to make it work if it doesn't. But one of your gifts is knowing, clear knowing or clear cognizance. You will just know things about the people closest to you because you're around them too much. They're around you too much. You guys spend too much time together. You'll be able to tell them about things that are going to happen in the future. And they may not believe you at first, but it will settle in their consciousness. So when it happens, they will remember that you told them first. Also, you may have been able to set intentions for other people, and it comes to fruition almost down to the detail. So you guys may be able to even do like spiritual work, energy healing for other people. You may be very gifted with that. Things like even yoga or Reiki, or just being somebody that's very gifted in spirituality, and things like that. You guys are able to impact other people's lives with the spiritual knowledge that you have, and the wisdom that you have in your incarnation, which is why I feel as though you guys may be able to do some sort of spiritual work, set intentions for other people, pray for other people, and it comes to fruition almost down to the detail. Like, let's say you have a best friend that has been trying to conceive, right? And they have been telling you how hard that journey has been. You setting intentions or praying with them, or even praying alone to yourself, to the Most High, to bless them with a family. You may notice within months they get pregnant with this Ace of Wands in reverse over here. This Ace of Wands in reverse is talking about your power, not to send out energy so much, because that would be Ace of Wands upright. But because this is in reverse, this is talking about your ability to pull energy down. And anytime I see something like this in a reading, it's talking about someone having the ability to draw down blocked energy, or in other words, to ground it here in the 3D by pulling it out of the spiritual realm. And with the Lovers here, you have an ability to do this for other people. But I keep getting a message for you that you are supposed to walk with someone else in this lifetime because of your Lovers card here. And this could be another light worker that you're even meant to come into union with, to do energy healing or even spiritual work, or make a difference on the planet or within your community. No matter if you're doing spiritual work or some other mundane work, it doesn't matter. It's like you guys's mission in this life is meant to be done together, and the two of you will balance each other perfectly. And it doesn't matter if you've already met this person or people or not. When you two come together, it was ordained by a higher power that the two of you expand each other's gifts and mission as a light worker. So you are meant to work your light with another soul or multiple souls, like a collaboration. You guys will be drawn to each other just like magnets as well, because that's what we deal with the Lovers, is a very strong magnetism and chemistry. It's undeniable chemistry. And these souls you come into contact with, you will feel like you have known them for lifetimes, because you have walked many different incarnations and experiences together. And that may be why I heard karma for you. Not because these are karmic partnerships, but because you guys have built karmic karmic momentum together in other timelines. And so you may have people in your family, like a sibling, for instance, where maybe it feels like you parent them. And you may have even said to yourself, I feel like I could have been their parent in a past life. There could be best friends where you maybe feel like you were friends with them before, or were married to them in a past life. There's a strong connection in those close relationships that you have for a reason, because you guys have done this in so many lifetimes. And at the same time, like I said, this is very equal partnership. So this is not going to be, because very many times, majority of the collective, we will partner up with people where we are at different levels consciously. Maybe we're a little bit ahead of some of the people in our lives in certain spaces, and maybe they are a little bit ahead of us when it comes to certain spaces. Your connections, pile 2, are like very spot on. It's very eye to eye. It's very equal. It's like you guys have walked similar journeys for many lifetimes. If you believe in, past lives and all that, that may be why I heard karma, because this is talking about a past life. Could be talking about a past life connection or something like that you ended up in a way sort of manifesting with this Ace of Wands in reverse over here. Kind of your soul ended up manifesting this back into its own journey. Maybe you guys ended up manifesting each other back into the same incarnation. So you guys will notice that some of you guys may have had friends from like kindergarten that you're still friends with to this day. You may have friendships that have gone on for decades now. There may be these really strong close connections that you have where just you guys feel like your souls just knew each other. And so a lot of these connections for you, they weren't necessarily meant to be seasonal, but almost like a lifetime, like a life path that you're walking with these other individuals. So let's start grabbing some oracle messages from your angels. So we have here, celebrate success, be proud of what you have achieved. You have struggled long and hard to get to this moment. So your angels are trying to tell you about some sort of success that may be coming in very soon, if not already. And then it almost looks like the leaves falling. So this could be talking about like some sort of success happening during the fall, or maybe you celebrating somebody else's success in your own life during the fall season, possibly. Somebody may be passing some sort of an exam. I don't know why I thought of that. I thought of an exam. And then we have underneath the deck, untapped potential. There's an area of your life that has more potential than you think. Small things can turn into big wonders. So this could be the success that you're celebrating in the near future here, is some sort of untapped potential that you end up tapping into. And for these two to come out, this is kind of telling me that with celebrate success and untapped potential, that you get the courage somewhere to do something or to go after something that maybe you've always wanted to do. Maybe you've always dealt with some sort of confidence issues or even doubts and insecurities when it came to you going after something that you really want, especially with the Ace of Wands being in reverse, because Wands talks about desire, motivation, passion, intention. And for it to show up in reverse, it can talk about a lack of those things, a lack of motivation, a lack of desire. It could be fear blocking that desire. It could be insecurities blocking that motivation to do something that we are inspired by. So Wands is all about inspiration and things that we just feel very inspired to do, things that we don't just envision, but we actually go after it when the Wands is upright. So in reverse, this is kind of like maybe something I dream about, but I don't actually ever do it for whatever reason. And so with untapped potential and celebrate success, you're going to end up doing something in the near future that you maybe have always been a little bit afraid of or doubtful of, and you're actually going to end up celebrating success and celebrating the fact that it's like, I'm so glad that I did this. I'm so glad that I took that chance. I am so glad that I didn't let any sort of fear stop me, or the unknown stop me, or any sort of doubt stop me. And it could even be that there are certain relationships in your life that really kind of motivate you and encourage you to keep pushing forward. And because of that, you're going to end up celebrating success in the near future. And watch out for the fall time, because this just looks like the leaves falling. It looks like the color of the leaves falling during fall. So yeah, watch out for the fall season. You guys may notice that there is something that you pull off during the fall season that it's big enough to celebrate it with, you know, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Let's grab a message from the cards here just to see what additional abilities you may have as a light worker. We talked about the Lovers card over here. You guys may have some sort of an ability to set intentions for other people and it happens. You guys may also have the ability to see the people around you, like to see their future, to really get a clear glimpse into their energetic field where you can kind of pick up on things that is coming into their life very soon. But let's see what additional abilities may come through. Okay, we have here crystals, and then underneath the deck we have family. And Crystal says your connections to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. If you guys want to get into crystals, having a crystal shop, selling them, making crystal jewelry, this could be like your sign to do that. Specifically, if you are somebody that just loves working with crystals, crystal energy, if you do healing work with crystals, this Lovers card could be talking about you guys having a very strong connection to crystals and their energy fields, because crystals are alive and living. That's why they have their own properties. Whereas, like, you know, rose quartz is good for heart healing and stuff like that. There's a reason why they have their own properties, because they're living. So they've been charged with specific frequencies that align to certain abilities, the ability to heal the heart or the ability to clear negative energy and, you know, things like that. So yeah, if you guys have something specific with crystals, this crystal card here, it could be talking about you guys have a skill or a natural talent in working with crystals or even earth energy. And then we have family underneath the deck. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. Like I said, with the Lovers card down here, you guys are supposed to walk this lifetime with other people. And it could be that even within your family and your friends, that they are light workers in their own way, and you guys are meant to do something together. Whether it's in the spiritual world or the mundane world, doesn't matter. You guys are meant to do something together, especially for this family card to come out after what we talked about with the Lovers over here. And like I was saying too, with with your family, like that example I was using was, some of you guys, you may think to yourself, like, I feel like I was my sibling's parent, like in a past life. Yeah, there's something to look into with family. You may have some karmic connections with family, in the sense that you guys have been family before in other lifetimes. And let's grab a message from your chakra, see what it is that we need to know about certain chakras. We have passion and it was in reverse. That is literally the Ace of Wands in reverse. So we have passion here, and this is connected to your sacral chakra. And then we have expansion, which is connected to, I believe, the throat chakra. So I'm going to read both of these out of the book. One second. Passion is the Princess of Amber, says I quietly sizzle and shine. The legend says the Princess of Amber spends her time volunteering. No person or task is beneath her. She loves her subjects and looks after them like a loyal servant. When the newspapers criticize her, her family begs her to behave more like royalty. She refuses. The people hold a free election, and to the surprise of the aristocracy, vote for the princess as their new leader. Inspiration says you are correct to feel passionate about your position. Follow your instincts, for you know intuitively what is right for you. This is totally that untapped potential. Personal inquiry here says, are my daily actions supporting my real passion? What am I willing to stand for? Key idea says, follow your passion, being authentic, taking a stand for yourself, being acknowledged, feeling ostracized by family, friends, becoming emotionally centered, strong family energy, and a happy outcome. This could be that family card too, what it's referring to. Keywords here says passion, bravery, and royalty. Meditation says, ask yourself the following questions. What is my greatest strength? What are my challenges? How do I serve others? How can I serve myself? What represents love in my life? Close your eyes and invite the Princess of Amber to take a walk with you. What does she reveal to you? Expansion says, Sky God, you'll see it when you believe it. The legend says Sky God was seeking wise counsel to choose the color of the sky. He wanted the beings of earth to feel serene when they looked at his work. Other great spirits remind him to trust his intuition. You will know the right color when he sees it. Sky God trusts and sees the color clearly. Thus the sky becomes blue. Inspiration here says seeking good advice is vital when you are pushing into new territory. Stay away from anyone who is critical of your dreams. This indicates possibly changing your friends. This could be talking about untapped potential. The Ace of Wands in reverse, celebrate success over here, as well as even passion. Personal inquiry says, how can I create powerful alliances? This is that Lover's card. Are new people entering my life? Key ideas, wise counsel, fruitful collaboration, spiritual support, state of uncertainty, being guided. Keyword is counseling, connections, and progress. So a lot of you guys in this pile, you may be about to meet a Lover's card type of connection or person that feels exactly like a soulmate, whether it's romantic or platonic or what have you. And the meditation here for this card says, imagine something that you believe to be impossible for you to achieve. Maybe your dream job, more money, a divine relationship. Yeah, this is that celebrate success and untapped potential, like I was talking about with these two cards down here. You guys may have gotten kind of like stop, or you may have hesitated because of some sort of doubts maybe when it came to something that you really wanted to do with untapped potential over here. And it says, can you imagine it? Repeat aloud, I know this is possible. Say this phrase until you believe it. When you are ready, let it go. I know your desire can be. It already is. So imagine something that you guys believe to be impossible for you to achieve and say to yourself, I know this is possible. So this is why we have this Ace of Wands in reverse, this passion card coming out again. Celebrate success and untapped potential. These are all connected for you guys in terms of talking about there's something that my pile twos may be a little bit hesitant to go towards, or you may be a little afraid, you may feel a little doubtful. But all your messages here, they keep pointing you towards going for it, like really going for it, because you're not going to regret it. If anything, you guys are going to be celebrating the success, celebrating the fact that you went after something and that it worked out. And then let's just get a final message here from the light. And we have Divine Feminine. And underneath the deck, we have Soulcraft. And Divine Feminine here says, shine your light on your desires. Again, Ace of Wands in reverse, passion over here, untapped potential. And it says, look beyond the obvious and the superficial into the heart of a matter, peer deeper into the hidden and explore the mysterious. Remember your vast potential. Again, with that word potential, remember your vast potential and the unlimited possibilities available to you. It is time to trust your intuition, your inner voice, and your instincts. This may also be a time for stillness, for there are unseen forces at work, orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences to your life. Allow yourself to receive all that you want. You are the mother of all you create. Nurture yourself and all that flows within and around you. There may be an impending marriage or birth around you, either physically or symbolically. This will be that Lover's card. The Divine Feminine wants you to know there is always enough to go around. Abundance is everywhere, and embrace joy. And journal work for this card says, draw or write about 3 ways the women in your life inspire a connection to your inner goddess. And then I'm also going to read Soulcraft out of the book for you as well. But very interesting how you guys' untapped desires keep coming through, and potential. So something that you really want to do. And then Soulcraft says, life happens from you, not to you. The thoughts, ideas, and topics you incessantly discuss are crafting your life, so focus on the ones that make your heart smile. You are ready to receive answers from your soul about any topics, thoughts, or ideas you want to change. Be wise in your crafting, and the path of least resistance will call you. Different soul vibrations will inspire different actions. If you are feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or sleep. If you are feeling love, you will be inspired to do things that emulate love in your day. We all sense with our soul, but often override it with a rational mind. Trust your soul is bringing you the most up-to-date information. Like a few of your cards kept saying, just trust your intuition. And then journal work here says, draw or write about 3 things that you want to do in your life that others can't talk you out of. No matter what anyone says, you know you will do or experience these things because it feels like the right thing for you to do. Again, with that untapped potential, it says what you focus on and create, everything else falls away from lack of attention. And I just saw 2222 on my clock. So watch out for repeating 2s as well, you guys, or you may be saying a lot of 2s right now. But pile 2 and your pile 2. I didn't think of that. But pile 2, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards to check out some messages regarding your journey here as a light worker. So we're going to be looking into some specific abilities that you have as a light worker, as well as just drawing some messages and things that you may need to know about your specific path. Then I'll be pulling some additional oracle cards later on. But starting off with your tarot cards, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, and then also Judgment in reverse. And I have to cover this up. Otherwise, YouTube will age restrict the video. So 1 second. So with the 6 of Wands right here, pile 3, don't worry about your gifts and abilities as a spiritual worker or a light worker going unnoticed or not being mainstream enough or not attracting a lot of attention right now. 6 of Wands upright is the card of recognition and notoriety as well as success. And with this showing up in reverse alongside Judgment in reverse, this is telling me a lot of what you do may seem like a thankless job. There has been a lack of acknowledgement and appreciation for what you do and bring to the table. And one of the main things coming through is a combo of your specific gifts as a light worker, as well as a message from spirit about what you do. Is with Judgment in reverse, you may have noticed your gifts scare people or turn them off, or you get the information that people just don't want to hear. Judgment upright is about souls being sentenced and passing judgment. In reverse, this could be saying the downloads that you get for people, they reject a lot of it or just don't want to hear it. And it's not about you being right because you are accurate in what you do. Your gifts are very clear. It's more so about what people are and are not open to. So a lot of things that you may have learned to keep to yourself with Judgment in reverse here. And there's been some of you that have actually said to spirit, I don't want to relay this message or say this to that person because of this strange condemnation that people may put on you with the 6 of Wands and even Judgment in reverse. You may get strong feelings and sensations about maybe disasters, tragedies, and catastrophes happening before they do. And it's like some of you don't want to be the bearer of that bad news. And it doesn't feel good for you to put something out there to say, this is about to happen, and it happens. You don't go on like a social tour telling everyone, I predicted this and that. There's a sense of almost guilt that comes with the things that you know with the 6 of Wands in reverse. Again, this is a very prideful character when they are upright, the 6 of Wands, because they have come back home victorious and literally riding on their high horse. People are celebrating them. They have brought glory to their community and to the people closest to them. And you don't experience this when the things that you see, hear, and sense come to pass. I don't know if some of you have broken down before behind the messages that you got from spirit, because I just saw someone like fall to their knees and pray that something doesn't happen. Could have been something that you saw in a dream or just received a very clear direct message from the spirit realm about a future tragedy, but this gift has not been easy to bear. It's taken a lot out of you. And I say this all the time too, as beautiful as these spiritual gifts are, they come with a price. And those gifts have another side to them that keeps us humble. Growing up around very gifted people myself, I saw the other side of it. And that's just how the universe works in balance. Very rarely are we given these spiritual abilities so we can parade around town telling people, I saw it first, or I knew it first, or I know things about you that you don't know. It's not an ego boost when you are experiencing these gifts in the right way. And this is why I say that power is a test, because it's like, what are you going to do with that power? How are you going to wear that power? And these gifts, they're supposed to be taken care of and honored and respected, because gifts are gifts. They can be taken away. So there is a strong sense of empathy and humility that these gifts are supposed to be accompanied by, at least from my own personal experience, I should say, from what I've seen. And I see this here with you, Pile 3. A lot of you really sit in the gut of your abilities, and you may also have empathic abilities as well, where you feel those downloads first. So for example, if you were to receive a message about an upcoming tragedy, it's like you go through that tragedy yourself first, even though it's not about your own personal life maybe, but you experience it in that way. The message for you here is to create as much boundaries as you can between yourself and your gift, Pile 3, not to where you are detached from what you feel, but where you act as this medium of information, where these downloads come through you and you pass them on if you feel called to, and then you release them. This is not something that'll happen overnight. If you've been struggling with your gifts for a long time, it will take time and even more experience before you are really able to move on from the information that spirit passes on to you. And also with judgment, this looks like your ancestors to me, or it could be another spiritual presence, like the archangel that's present in judgment. They could be saying that that is their role in your life, is to literally absolve you from the weight that you carry because of these gifts. And you'll always experience the downloads first because you are a powerful medium. And I don't have to tell many of you that, but there is a specific presence around you who is responsible for taking off the pressure and the weight that comes with these inherent gifts that you've always had or been given. And they don't want you to hold on to these downloads, to absorb them into your own energy field, to the point that it interferes with you or it becomes detrimental to your health and life. Also, I keep hearing your work and abilities will speak for itself. You won't have to publicize your talents. They will make room for you in the future, but you're meant to learn how to create healthy boundaries between what you do and yourself before spirit puts more demand on you with these gifts, because it will draw a lot of people in eventually with the Six of Wands being here. Yes, it is in reverse, but it is still here. And so this is just spirit saying they need you to get into a strong synergy first with your spiritual team, where you are leaning on your spiritual team for that energetic support, because their job is to help you carry the weight of this gift. And then the attention and the recognition and the services will start to multiply. More people will start to come in then. But right now, they don't want to put more on you than you can bear if these gifts have been already taking a toll on you. So they kind of want to learn, get you into a place where it's really easy for you to experience your gifts, and they don't sit with you first before they draw more people into your life that you can help with your gifts as a light worker. Now let's grab a message from your angels, what they want to say to you about your gifts as a light worker. Okay, so we have here good news. The wait is nearly over. Expect to receive news to an important issue that will have a positive outcome. So there's good news for you guys that's coming. Underneath the deck here, we have children. You may be called to nurture a child or tend to your own inner child, create opportunities focused on play. So there could be some sort of good news coming through in regards to children or a child in your life. And also too, with good news, like it says here, the wait is nearly over. So you guys, you could have been, my pile threes, you guys could have been in some sort of place right now where you just had to wait, you had to sit, you had to be patient, and maybe you didn't really know what was going on, especially with judgment, because judgment can talk about like the idea behind what is that called? The idea behind purgatory, like where souls are just like in this waiting space, just waiting to be judged, with the judgment card right here. So some sort of good news is about to alleviate you out of some sort of a chapter or phase where you just had to sit, wait, and be patient and wait for some sort of judgment to pass. So some sort of good news is about to relieve you of that experience or of that situation. And then with children here too, again, this could be talking about a literal child or children in your life. It could also be talking about your inner child coming out, creating opportunities focused on play. And I just kind of feel like with this children card, this is talking about, this is your angel saying to you to actually take this time that may be a little stressful, this particular point in time may be stressful in your life right now, or just when it comes to you guys' gifts as a light worker, it may be a bit heavy. And so this would be your angels telling you to adopt more play in your life, to tap back in and reconnect to your inner child, where you're having fun with these gifts in a way, and where maybe you're not taking them so seriously, especially with the Six of Wands in reverse. The first message that came through with that for me when I was just looking at your tarot cards was, don't worry about not being mainstream. So if you guys have been trying to use your gifts in a way to service other people, and it just maybe the clientele has not been coming in the way that you were hoping, first of all, there's some sort of good news that's going to happen with that, where again, you guys are relieved of having to wait for those clients to come in. And then as well as too with children over here, your angels are saying create opportunities to focus on play. So in other words, don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on how many people are coming in. Don't focus on how many people have received your message, or how much you're putting your gifts out there and how they are received by other people. So this is relying a little less on the numbers, a little less on the stats, a little less on engagement and things of that sort, especially if you're doing some sort of spiritual work online. Just don't worry about not being, the biggest person in the business right now. Because like I said, your Six of Wands, it may be in reverse, but it's still here. It's going to come in due time. And like good news said right here, the wait is nearly over. Okay, so that will come. Let's grab some messages from some additional abilities, some specific abilities that you may have as a light worker. Like I said, for a lot of you, some of your gifts have to do with just your ability to pick up on things happening before they happen, and they might not be like the best news. So that's one of the gifts that I was kind of picking up on. So we have here strength, and then underneath the deck we have options. So strength here says everything you have experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So everything you have experienced has led you to this point is what I'm picking up with strength. But this is another ability for you guys as a light worker as well, is you have your light worker abilities are very strong, or they come with a lot of power for strength to come out right here. And then it almost looks like she's like a warrior on horseback. So you guys may have the type of light working abilities that fights maybe like dark forces or heavier energies that you may like ward them off. You may even protect other people from them. And then with options, options right here, it says consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So there's a lot of career possibilities open to you guys in terms of if you wanted to turn your spiritual abilities into some sort of a business, you guys have the option to do that here. So you guys have a lot of options. And in terms of your light working abilities with this options card, what I'm picking up with this is that you guys' abilities in this pile 3, your light working abilities, they vary a lot. So you won't just have one or two abilities. You may have several different talents and strengths over here as a light worker. Let's see if there's any chakras that have been trying to get your attention that maybe you need to focus on right now. Okay, so we have here vanity, and this is the throat chakra, I believe. And then underneath the deck, we have here gossip, and this is the heart chakra. So I'll read these out of the book. 1 second. And so vanity says, Aqua people, I need more, better, bigger. Yes, that will make me okay. The legend says Crystal, Peter, and Mike are at a party in Mike's posh home, toasting success in their business. A mysterious old man appears and asks them whether they prefer gluttony or generosity. Puzzled, none of them answers. He reminds them that more does not mean better, and they laugh. Suddenly they are alone, far from the party, in rising water. "We're getting more," cries Peter. Rain falls and the water rises faster. Play, shouts Crystal. We must do well with what we have. As they begin to have fun in the water, the rain stops. Now that is almost creepy, because that sounds a lot like when they focused on playing in the water, the rain stopped. And one of your angel messages that came through in this children card here says, you may be called to nurture a child or tend to your own inner child. Create opportunities focused on play. That is what is going to alleviate you from whatever heaviness or whatever situation that you may be in right now that is not moving or it seems stagnant. With this good news saying the wait is nearly over. And then the very first message that came through with your Six of Wands in reverse is don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about being mainstream. And literally this card was talking about how they looked at more as being better. The more business they have, the better off they are. And so I find that really interesting. But the inspiration here says, we all say we will stop when we have enough, but there's never enough. You may be looking outside of yourself for validation. Again, what came through with your Six of Wands in reverse, don't depend on the stats and the engagement as sort of like barometers for how well you're doing as a light worker. And then in personal inquiry here says, am I feeling disconnected from any people in my life? Am I growing away from limiting relationships? Key idea says environmental tension, living in illusion, self-doubt, power to change, lesser companions, empty conversations. Keyword says faith, awareness, and transformation. Meditation here says visualize an aqua light within you. Imagine people that you love surrounding you. Feel the light building and spilling onto your loved ones. Send gratitude to those you love and those you have yet to meet. Bless them all. Notice the energy in any messages that you receive. And then with gossip here, this is about Chartreuse, I think. I never met a person I didn't like. Legend here says Charmaine is eccentric and kind. From her Chartreuse greenhouse to her fascination with scarves, she is a topic of town gossip. After her death, the local people discover her incredibly detailed paintings of their town and realize she was an extraordinary artist who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never having really known her. And that was another thing that kind of came through with you guys' Six of Wands in reverse when we were just looking at your tarot cards is some of you guys, you may feel as though you are in a thankless job or in a thankless position where it's like you have a lot to offer, but other people may not notice that right now. And the inspiration here says Charmaine Chartreuse suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is a warning that you may lose a valued relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Personal inquiry here says Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? Key idea says uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, refocusing your life. Key word says freedom, dance, and honor. Meditation says visualize someone you may be judging harshly. Notice how powerful your negative feelings are. Picture yourself in a room with that person and tell them what you like about them. If you run out of things to say, start repeating. You can accept this person as they are. Allow them to tell you the things they like about you. When they finish, thank them for coming. And a final message for my pile threes in terms of a message from your actual light. Okay, so we have here Vesica Pisces, I believe, and underneath the deck we have transformation. So in a second, I'm going to read these out of the book for you. And Vesica Pisces, I think that's how you say it. It says creating soul truth in the world. The outside world feels more real than the inner world because we have been encouraged to focus more on what is outside of us. Again, with that Six of Wands message in reverse, don't be worried about how things are received when it comes to your gifts. And it says we have learned to give things that can be seen by others or touched by us more importance than what we feel. Making decisions can become difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. When our internal and external realities are integrated, decisions are clear and easily made. This leads to satisfaction as there is no resistance to your fulfillment. When we scan the myriad possibilities open to us in the manifested world, we will know what we want and will not feel overwhelmed. In this space, we become grateful for the decisions we have made and all the ones we will make in the future. And then transformation right here, it says suffering is optional. And it says you are experiencing an ending. You are feeling a loss as a whole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Yeah, this is that good news coming in. It says pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts are not your soul truth. Justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. In other words, you become what you fight against. Now imagine Imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Just like it says over here, create opportunities focused on play. You guys are going to create opportunities by not being in such a heavy state, in other words. And it says, now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? And pile 3. This is all that I am seeing for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.